guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're not going up onto the mountains. Today we are here ranking the top 5 do-it-all snowboards. Now a lot of people have the common misconception that you need a board for park, you need a board for groomers, you need a board when the coverage is low. Did I say board? Did I say board? Common misconception is that you need a board for powder days, you need a board to ride park, you need a board to ride groomers, and then you need like a rock board or even more. Some people have more boards than that. But I am here to make the claim that you only need one that can do it all. And in this video, I will give my top 5 do-it-all boards. So we're gonna jump right into this. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 10K by the end of 2023. I know it is literally the beginning of January, the year just started, but I've got some big goals for 2023, and 10K is one of them. You're gonna wanna stick with it to the end of this video so you are able to see the number 1 do-it-all snowboard. And we're gonna jump right into it with number 5. Number 5 is the Burton Process. Now, I know a lot of people have unfavorable opinions about Burton. Other people's live and die by Burton. Now, the Burton Process is probably one of the longer lasting boards in the Burton line, and it has been a board that I've rode for a few years, and I have nothing but great things to say about it. Haven't been changing the tech too much. It's been tried and true. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It is a medium flex board. It is camber profile, and once you break that thing in, you can pretty much do anything with it. With the Burton channel system, the bindings are not 4 screws. It's 2 screws kind of on a little road, if you will, built into the board. And that can be both a positive and a negative. For me personally, I think that is one of the biggest negatives of Burton boards as a whole. I think their base tech is incredible. I think their edge tech is incredible. I think their board shape is incredible. However, when you get to the channel system, it tends to come undone a lot. And you don't want to be riding a full day and have disco foot every other run. Not only that, but with the channel system, you can slide to the back or forward, and then your stance gets all jacked up. Regardless of that, the Burton Process is a fantastic board. Medium flex, can do anything. Number 4 is actually the board that I am riding this year. That is the K2 Antidote. It is new to snowboarding this year, the 2022-2023 season. It did not exist last year. This is the board that Sage Kotzenberg himself designed with K2 specifically for natural selection. And I can say not only did it rip in natural selection for Sage, but it also rips for me in the park, on rails, on groomers, and in the powder. It is a 8 flex, so it is definitely a stiff board. However, you break it in, it becomes more like a 6, 6.5. That's for a lot of boards. A lot of people don't think about breaking it in. You can break in a board, it becomes a little bit soft. A lot of people don't think about that. But it is a true twin shape with a directional binding insert. So what that means is there are 8 different binding inserts per foot, and they are set back just a little bit so that the stance that K2 is recommending is set back just a little bit, and that is just for ease when you're in that deep snow. Keep that nose up. If you have a little bit more nose than tail, you're able to lean back a little bit more. You're not so hard on that back leg when you're riding in powder. Number 3 is going to be the Salomon Huck Knife. Now this is a very good board that my brother-in-law uses every single day. If you haven't seen any of the videos with me and Briggs, go check it out. They'll be linked all over the place. But the Salomon Huck Knife is a board that is also a true camber that can get broken in and is actually a lot softer than what I thought initially. But because of that, beginners are able to use it, and also people who ride a lot of park are able to use it. You can also buy the Huck Knife in the Huck Knife Pro, which is just a stiffer version that pros like Judd Hankes and Dusty Hendrickson use. And it also has a dope graphic. They've been kind of keeping the same colorway throughout the Huck Knife's time as a board at Salomon. And it's actually got a really, really cool graphic and incredible technology that can really do it all. Coming in at number 2. Once again, we are here with the Burton Custom. Now I know I said I don't like the channel system, and I do not. But if you've rode a Burton Custom, you know why it is number 2. It is an absolutely insane board. 6 out of 10 in park, 10 out of 10 all mountain, 6 out of 10 in powder. You cannot beat those numbers when it comes to any other board on the market. That board is rode by Burton pros all over the world. Su Yuming, he just won the slopestyle in the Olympics. He is from China. Friend of mine, Robbie Rothler, from Minnesota. He rides a big one. Robbie's a big guy, and they actually make it in a 170 wide, which a lot of boards don't. So that's another plus of the Burton Custom. A couple honorable mentions here. The Solomon Sleepwalker is actually an insane board, and the price tag on that board is why it is an honorable mention. It comes in at $380. Now, if you know anything about snowboards, that's relatively cheap, but this board is built to last and built to rip. And the fact that Solomon could get this board down to $380 absolutely blows my mind. If you want a great board for a price point option, that is the only board I'm sending people to when they ask me. Another one is the K2 Manifest. Can't say enough good things about K2. This board is a traditional camber shape, true twin, and it absolutely rips, and I think that it's one of the best graphics in the game right now. K2 came out with a bunch of tie-dye boards, and that board is absolutely insane. All right, guys, now before I get into number one, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. I do a lot of snowboarding, and hopefully I can share a lot of the knowledge that I have learned over my 15 years of snowboarding with all of you beautiful people on YouTube. Now, straight into number one. Number one being, leave a comment below if you think you know. Also leave a comment if you agree with my picks, if you have a different board that's in here, or if you don't think that my order is right. Leave a comment, tell me what your top 5 boards are. Number one, drum roll. The Capita Mercury. Now the Capita Mercury is a really, really awesome board. It's a 6.5 flex, so it's on the stiffer side technically of the spectrum, but you can break that in and that board gets incredibly soft and maneuverable once you break that board in. It is camber under feet and rocker on the nose and tail. So when you're in powder, that nose will kick itself up, keep you out of the powder, keep you from catching toes, catching nose, and tomahawking. This board is an absolute all-around monster. This board is rode by pros like Kevin Backstrom and Arthur Longo, some sweet Euro pros. And if you think this board isn't stiff enough, you can upgrade to the Capita Mega Merc. Just like the Huck Knife Pro and the Huck Knife, you can have the Mercury, which is a softer version of the Mega Merc. And I have had my hands on this Mega Merc, and it might be one of the stiffest boards I've ever rode. But the fact that they have both a stiff and soft option with the technology that is in this board is why I put this at number one. I've seen people ride this in powder, I've seen people ride this on rails, I've seen people ride this on groomers, and it absolutely destroys everything it touches. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I will catch you guys in the next one, hopefully up on the mountains in nature. Appreciate the support. Later.